Hi guys, we are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. Now, Cardi B has been spotted out in New York, allegedly. Some fans are saying that this photo is old or is edited, but she's been spotted out looking like a cavity, no shade, looking like a loose tooth. And with that being said, a lot of fans are speculating that she could be pregnant because she got a little bit of a bump. Now, maybe she just ate. It could be, she had a big breakfast. You know that Cardi B likes to eat. And that is why she might be a little bit bloated or her stomach might be pudging out her clothes a little bit. Okay, so that could be the case. Now, some fans are saying that this is old, it's not recent, but didn't she have blonde recently? Wasn't the pictures of her real face via Getty exposed a few days ago and she had the blonde hair? So this could be recent, but the fans are claiming that it's not. But people are speculating that she could be pregnant by Stefon Diggs. I think it'd be way too soon for her to get pregnant by Stefon. Like, girl, you couldn't even wait a year? Goodness gracious. Anything to get out of dropping that album, though. If she get knocked up, she won't have to drop an album. Okay, this could be her playing chess and not checkers. But I feel as though she got to drop the album. She's still under contract with Titanic Records. They are sinking. They haven't had a hit all year. Titanic has been sinking all year because Lizzo dropped. She's under Titanic Records. She's been flopping. Whack Harlow dropped. He's under Titanic Records. He flopping. Ed Sheeran dropped. He under Titanic. He been flopping. Maroon 5, same thing. So Cardi B, you got to step up to the plate because everybody else on your label has been flopping. I don't know if Cardi B would make such a terrible mistake by getting pregnant again by Stefon Diggs. And he was just exposed for sleeping with other people. I think that would just be dummy behavior, but we know Cardi B is not the brightest apple in the tree. But if Cardi B is pregnant, congratulations to Cavity. Hopefully you'll still be able to put out an album if that is the case. But I think Cardi B's music career is basically dead and gone. No shade. Now, moving on to Doja Cat. Doja Cat performed at Wango Tango. And this is giving 2019 vibes. Like, Doja Cat looks really, really good. The only thing I do notice is that her titties are lopsided. That's one thing I did notice. I'm sorry, she got them out. She got the girls out, and one is drooping down. I think it's the left one kind of drooping down, and the other one seems a little bit higher. Okay, now she did admit that she got a boob job. So these ain't Doja Cat's real titties. She, in fact, got a boob job. I think she needs to get them redone. No shade. Only because they're not even. Okay? And real boobs aren't. But she got fake ones. So I feel like fake ones should be even. But other than that, she looks good. It's giving 2019 Doja Cat. She's going back to the Say So, hot pink era. Okay? And I'm hoping that she keeps up with this look. She looks so good with hair. I don't like the bald head scallywag look on Doja Cat. I think she looks so amazing right here. Like this, she looked better here than she did at the Met. Let me know if y'all agree. She looked better here than she did at the Met. The last two Mets, she looked chop, but she looks like amazing here. Now, Doja did talk about her 5th album. In an interview before she went on stage for Wango Tango. She said that her 5th album will fully encapsulate the 70s and 80s sound with a modern twist. She said it hardens back to the kind of the older stuff that I do, in a sense of I love the 70s, I love the 80s, and I love the 70s and 80s sound. This is more like I'm really punching my foot through the wall into that sort of situation. It's not perfect in the sense of anything. All the different feelings I have when it comes to that era and that time. So to me, it's giving Say So. That's basically what she's saying. She's going back to the Say So hot pink era. Now, moving on from that, fans are saying that Cardi B has Nicki Minaj scared. Fans are saying that Nicki Minaj is scared of Cardi B because she tweeted and then deleted a tweet a few days ago. She tweeted, "Barbs, this was so much fun. One must first love oneself in order to want to be themselves." Okay. Now, everybody feels like, well, the general public, I feel like, likes Cardi B, but we all know that Cardi B has changed her physical appearance throughout the years. And on top of that, it feels as though she always tends to get compared, especially physically, to Nicki Minaj. And that could be the fact that she has gotten surgery. Now, people have been talking about Cardi B's botched surgery for the last few weeks because she's been looking chopped in the last few weeks when it comes to her body and her face, and it's really no shade. So I guess people felt like that was shade towards Cardi B. Cardi B responded. And, allegedly she will respond to Nicki Minaj in the music too. Now, Cardi B retweeted and said, "Everybody using Cardi's name for engagement." And then she also said condos and multiple properties. Now, if you guys remember in the Yesterday 2 remix, Cardi B threw shots at Nicki Minaj. This was a few years ago. She said, "I stay on her mind. I got condos in this B-word's head." So basically, she trying to insinuate that Nicki Minaj still is thinking about Cardi B. Okay? That's what Cardi B believes. And she will be addressing that, unfortunately, when she drops her album. And hopefully, Nicki can pay Cardi B dust because she will be used for Cardi B's album rollout. I mean, Cardi B can't really do anything else. She has to use Nicki Minaj because, even if she do a record with another female rapper, I don't think at this point the general public will care. I think the only time she'll make really any noise is if she attached herself to Nicki Minaj. And same thing with Megan Thee Stallion. That's why Megan's whenever record is currently flopping on the charts because she couldn't use Nicki. Now, fans are speculating that Halle Bailey is on vacation with Brent Vias. They both have been taking pictures at the beach. Allegedly, they are both in St. Lucia. Now, there's whispers also that Brent Vias has a girlfriend. So, Halle, you don't want to leave a cheater and date another cheater. Okay? That would be stupid. Don't be like Cardi B. Okay? You got to upgrade, not downgrade or move or be with somebody who is exactly like your ex. Brent Vias is quiet, but he is allegedly a cheater. But allegedly they're both in St. Lucia. That's what the streets are saying. But allegedly Halle Bailey is seeing a few different people. So I really don't think that Brent Vias is the only one Halle is hanging out with. Because allegedly is a few different people. That tea is on Patreon. But, Halle sees doodle garbage with different women on stream, every day. So, she wants to date around too. Now, with that being said, though, Doodle Garbage is not happy. He tweeted, "Who cares? Life continues," aka he's pissed. Now, if you guys remember, a few days ago, he was upset that Halle would not allow him to see Halo while she was at the Met. That was last week. And allegedly the baby is on vacation with her and Walmart Yonsei and allegedly Brent Vias. But I'm thinking, why would she bring her sister with her on vacation with Brent Vias? That's stupid. So, that's why I said I don't really feel like the Brent Vias, like that's her man. I feel like she might be dating him, but that's not her man. She's been seeing a bunch of different people just like Doodle Garbage has. And with that being said, hopefully she can find a nice man. But the drama continues because Halle was being body shamed, on social media. So she decided to post a picture saying "Mom bod." Okay. But she was being bullied for her body by Doodle Garbage fans. And so she decided to say, "Listen, this is my body after pregnancy and y'all gonna have to deal with it." She did put out a video saying that she is a little bit thicker and a little bit more insecure about her body. So let me know how y'all feel about it. I know she just had a baby, but I feel like it was kind of corny to put mom bod as an Instagram caption, especially when you're only 23. I think she's 23, 24. You know, not even the older generation of women that have babies do that. Like Teyana Taylor, Riri, Nicki, none of the older OGs do that. So I feel as though it was just a little bit corny. Saying that at 23 is not what you think is given. Okay, and no shade. And if you feel like you got a mom bod, that's your opinion. You know, I think that she looks good. You know, does she have a better body than Teyana Taylor and them? No, but she looked good. The point of the matter is, I just thought it was a little bit corny to even address it because, you know, saying mom bod when you're still in your early 20s is not giving what it's supposed to give, in my opinion. Just for me, I think it's kind of corny because Teyana Taylor, Riri, Beyonce, Nicki, they never do that. Okay? They like, listen, I'm going to snap back regardless. And that's just the honest truth. And everybody's bodies is different. But I just feel like she could have just ignored that if that was the case. Now, Doechii is the new queen of PAY0LA. Doechii's Anxiety is pacing to reach a #1 on PAY0LA Boy's radio songs chart on its 8th week with around 70 million weekly audience impressions. Doechii's Anxiety is the fastest song to climb to the #1 of the 2020s by weeks charting on radio songs, okay? Here are other songs that have achieved a similar amount or the most amount of PAY0LA in the 2020s. Weeds by Purdue Chicken. Everybody knows that song received an immense amount of PAY0LA because her new album she just dropped is flopping. I wonder why, because there's no PAY0LA. Leave the Door Open. I don't know what song that is. I think that's by Bruno Mars, isn't it? Easy on Me by Adele, absolutely. As It Was by Harry Styles. I like that song. Unholy by Kim Petras and Sam Smith. First Class by Wack Harlow, definitely. Mood. Driver License by Olivia Rodrigo, I definitely believe that. I Need Some Help. That is by Morgan Wallen, the Racist, I believe. Oh, wait, no. Isn't that by Morgan Wallen and Post Malone? One of the two. And last and definitely least, Anxiety. Okay, so congratulations to Doechii and the other artists that have received an immense amount of PAY0LA and were able to reach #1 on the PAY0LA Board radio songs chart. Now, unfortunately, Iman Shumpert wants Teyana Taylor jailed for breaking divorce orders, exposing terms, insulting him around kids, and hurting his career. Wow. Okay. Now, if you guys remember, I think it was like a few months ago where Teyana basically aired Iman Shumpert out and talked about their finances a little bit on live. You know, I have a clip of that.
Told the internet, oh, Teyana's making more money. Teyana's bringing more money a month in than Iman is. Just because Iman played ball don't mean that this is a thing where it's like I'm trying to take money off of him. Iman haven't played ball since 2020. So yes, actively during the divorce, I was bringing more money than him in. I am. So it's just like, how are we sitting here making it seem like I'm being a gold digger or taking from him? And we're not going to do that. I bought my tour bus with my hard-earned money. I bought my Sprinter with my hard-earned money. I bought my Maybach with my hard-earned money. I bought my Maybach after Iman crashed my Rolls Royce and never replaced it. That I also bought. Okay? What are we talking about? Every single car that I walked away with, I literally paid for out of my pocket. Out of my pocket. Now, at this point, I made myself clear. Y'all going to think what y'all want to think regardless. Y'all going to still run with y'all narratives because that's what people do. But one thing you will have clear is that Teyana ain't take nothing from Iman. Oh, and that $1 million, y'all claiming that 7-figure, 8-figure, it was a one-time fee of $1 million in damages. When Iman crashed the $400,000 Rolls Royce and Iman did whatever other stuff he did, that was the things he had to pay me back. Iman left me with a whole lot of shit. That's another thing. Let's be clear with that too. When you're dividing marital assets, when you're dividing houses and stuff, if it's still Bill's a part of it, if it's snatched away from the both of us. So to think that even if that was the case, that I took and get a car and boom, 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 like that shit means nothing.
So I guess Teyana ain't getting nothing for Mother's Day. But I think Iman's being a little bit dramatic. Yes, she did kind of drag you in the public a few months ago. But at the end of the day, you cheated on her, which was revealed in the divorce, okay? I think he's mostly upset because she moved on to Aaron Pierre in their little PR relationship. But the point of the matter is, I just feel as though, Iman, you really can't talk about, I guess your name getting ran through the mud or your reputation being smeared when you cheated. That's the consequences for your actions, okay? And eventually it was going to come out because everybody knew that you cheated on Teyana. Like, come on now. And then you popped out with Amber Whore. That wasn't a good look either. So I don't really sympathize with him. I think he's just a little bit bitter that she moved on. I don't think that she deserves to go to jail for airing you out. If anything, you would be probably more successful in suing her, maybe, but you can't sue because it's not defamation of character. Okay, so you really couldn't sue for defamation. That's why you want her to go to jail for airing out the divorce terms. But I feel like, who cares? At the end of the day, you're irrelevant musically. You try to rap, you're irrelevant musically. You're irrelevant when it comes to your basketball career. You're not really one of the GOATs, even though you left, your basketball career. And so with that being said, you really don't have a legacy like that. And so I feel like that's probably another reason why you're upset, because Teyana right now is hotter than you are. But I always felt like Teyana was hotter than you. I felt like Teyana always remained relevant somewhat in music and in her acting career. And if not that, it was the fashion. She always was, around. We knew Teyana since she was on, I think it was the Sweet 16. So you need to go sit down somewhere. Okay, 100 lashings for Iman Shumpert trying to send the mother of his child to jail. That is just ridiculous. Now, Pissy Face Carisha and Mr. Brown decided to do a collaboration together now that they're both flopping. I noticed when the City Girls was hot, they didn't collaborate with Mr. Brown, but now that Carisha has went solo and her solo career has been in the toilet, now she wants to work with Mr. Brown.
It's time to swipe, nigga, know to put that black eye. He don't like it, but the nigga deal with it. Attitude bad, but the nigga still get it. You bitches be the biscuit, I'm a meal ticket. Gotta pay when you lick it, pay again when you sick it. I cook, I clean, but this mouth don't shut up. This nigga spending crumbs, pussy nigga, get your bread. Thank you, 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 thank you.
That sounded a mess. What the hell was that? That shit was trash. Oh my goodness. And they think they can put that out? Oh Lord, Carisha, just stick to sleeping with billionaires and getting peed on. Please stay away from the mic. Please. This was embarrassing. This was terrible. Who said that Carisha could rap? You're done. Okay? Lil Yachty and JT stopped writing for you, so your rap career is over. Go sit down somewhere, please. Okay? I'm gonna have to give them 1,000 lashings for that. That was trash. Hopefully they keep that in the stash and never release it.